Well, hello. It's my first YouTube video. I'm going to do a review on a very special lens setup here I have. It's made by a company called Kilfitt, Heinz Kilfitt. And here we have it in one of the world's ugliest cases ever, but here's my baby. Made in Germany, Munich, Germany. This lens has some features I haven't seen before in a lens. First off, it has rack and pinion steering, or focusing, I should say. If you get one of these, you get this lever. You can't replace them. I've never seen them up for sale, so make sure you get the lever. You get this lens. And on either side of the lens you can mount this lever. And what this allows you to do is once it's attached, it allows you to focus real fast. Okay? So great for sports. It is a 300mm f4 lens. Has preset diaphragm. So you pick out the f-stop from f4 up to f32 of what you want. And then do your focusing wide open, and when you stop it down, it stops at that preset aperture. Now the rack and pinion, when you rack it out, it lets you focus to about 10 feet. And that's where the magic on this lens begins. From there, you have a helical focusing. It just keeps going and going, extending the lens out. Now we have a macro lens that will focus under 5 feet. 300mm macro lens, I should add, that will focus to under 5 feet. Truly an amazing feat. Never seen anything like it. It's extremely useful for macro, and it's extremely sharp. I use this in my product shots as of today. It's a 50, 60-year-old lens. I love it. The finish on it's superb. The thing is built like a tank. However, this one needs to be cleaned and lubed. It's not 100% of where it could be. Good sign though, it means it was used a lot, because these are really built like tanks. Rotatable tripod collar, very useful. And with mine, the way I've got it set up, I've got a Arca Swiss plate here that's limited me on my turning of that, but I don't want to turn it right now anyway, so we're set. Get that lever, make sure to get that. Now the second part of this kit that's truly amazing is this beast, which is the Heinz Kilfitt, or Kilfitt, Multi-Kilar. This is a teleconverter on steroids. It lets you go from 2 times, 2.5, 3, 3.5, or 4 times with a little bit extra, and anything in between. Once you do have the desired conversion, you find focus up here. It does have optics in this, and it does take an adapter to get it on. I have a Nikon adapter on the back of it, so it actually ends right here. This Nikon adapter, I'm going to use it on my Nikon today. The adapter and the Multi-Kilar both have filter rings in them. These are the plastic square gelatin filters. I prefer the metal ones with the screw in, which they do have. So that's truly amazing. Now, some more features of this setup. Once I swap this out, I have my retaining ring. I've only got one of those, so I'm pretty cautious of that. You put on this, I think it's called the answer. Put this on. Adjust your retaining ring down just to where it's almost snug. And then carefully Screw on your Multi-Kilar. And now, put that where you want, and then secure it. Now we have a 1200 millimeter lens. You do lose 3 f-stops by putting the Telekilar on, or the Multi-Kilar, excuse me, I keep saying that wrong. This is Pan-Tele-Kilar, this is the Multi-Kilar Teleconverter. You lose 3 stops, you go from F4 to F11. However, as you go for your from 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, and 4, once you get up to 4, you only lose 1 more f-stop, so you're at F16 with a 1200 millimeter lens. The setup as it is inverts the subject, so everything's upside down and backwards to your natural view. Quite hard to work with. With this on, as this setup is, it's only practical for stationary subjects. However, they do make a contraption that goes in the middle of here. I think it's called the Visoflex, and that will allow you to see things in the right format, so you're not inverted. Much better to use. Now, an amazing thing about this setup is also, this is 300, but since we put this on, we're at 1200 millimeters. Now, if I rack this dude out all the way, I still retain that under 5 feet distance, and I'm at 1200 millimeters. So I can back off a lot more and still have the same magnification on my final image. You do lose a little bit of quality, but surprisingly not near what you would think out of a 4-time teleconverter. So this beast, once it's set up in that position, is quite large. Balances well. At my Arca Swiss, it's really kind of nice. Do not have a camera on here at this present time. What else can I tell you about this? Multi-coated filters. I'll show you that screw in. These are the preferred filters. Secure, but gelatin filters, if you use them, are quite handy also, and they're light. So there you have it. The Kilfitt 300mm f4 Pan-Tele lens with the Kilfitt Multi-Kilar 4x teleconverter. I don't know if that you can even see that whole thing in the frame, so I'm going to give her one of these just in case. Okay, there you go. Hey, if you have any photographer friends or anything, pass this on. If I get enough views on it, I'm going to go more depth into this and take some pictures with it to show you and such. So, thanks much. See ya.